Hey, coming up right now, a mom's racy side hustle gets her kids expelled from a private Florida academy. See why the school was not a fan of her self-promotion.
Also coming up, it is your chance to turn your ex's BS into TP.
What?
We will explain how.
All right, a little bit later on, more high-flying drama, how a recent nightmare flight has led to a lawsuit when a passenger gets stuck in the bathroom.
Oh man, what a nightmare. Daily Flash starts right now.
Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hi everyone, I'm Andrea Jackson.
I am Mitch English, welcoming you to Daily Flash. So glad to have you along with us for this entire hour. And of course, we're also joined by Matt Doolittle. Matty! You did a little traveling recently, right?
I went to Mexico last weekend. Yeah, I went to Mexico, got down there, saw some things, didn't get arrested, and I didn't die. Mission accomplished.
Very nice.
Aha, we call that you got in, you got out, and nobody
no one got hurt.
Right.
Yeah.
That's how it always works. I love it.
Except my liver.
Except your liver,
I
right?
got that drink package.
Good thing you stopped at the pharmacy on the
Yes,
way out. Yes.
quite so.
Taylor Swift, you can't get away from her, right?
No.
No.
Try to. Just try.
Yeah. They just came out with a new report. If you watched the Super Bowl, it felt like she was on for about an hour. Like they kept cutting back and forth to her. Overall, it was only 54 seconds that she was
That's
on the
it?
screen, right? Didn't it seem like it was hours?
Yeah.
Every time something happened, we had to go to that dumb box and see them all jumping up and down.
I had seen somebody had posted it, but Nickelodeon, which is owned by CBS, they had a Super Bowl set up for the kids and everything. But every time they would go to Travis Kelce, they would say Taylor Swift's girlfriend. Didn't say that he played for a boyfriend, rather. It said Taylor Swift's boyfriend. And that's it. Not like he plays for football or professional.
My
So I always thought that
goodness.
was interesting.
So there's a professor at Harvard, and she's got one of many classes that are now being offered regarding Taylor Swift. So there's a number of things that she covers in this class. You know, her lyrics, her music, her fashion,
Yeah.
et cetera, et cetera. But another thing in the syllabus for this class is climate change. I'm like, what?
Well,
What?
I can see. I think I know where it's headed.
How
because
so?
of her airplane. All that
there
controversy
you
about the
go.
airplane.
Yes, the
Yeah.
carbon credits, right?
yeah.
And her flying her private jet all
And
the
selling
way
it, and then renting another one or something like that.
yeah, because there's a kid in Florida that tracks planes, which is not illegal because that information is available to everyone. So he used to track Elon Musk's plane, and he
remember
was
that.
tracking Taylor's for the sole purpose of showing her leaving Japan and coming to the U.S. for the big game.
When
So-
you got the money, I mean,
Yeah.
you're never going to win no matter what. I
No.
think, especially when you're somebody like Taylor Swift, who I would say for her, she's like, okay, maybe I might have, but man, I really bring a lot of money to the economy.
Yeah, okay.
I did.
She sure does.
Right?
I mean, my goodness. And a brand new audience to the NFL.
Oh,
yeah.
I did respect her slamming beers though. That was good.
That was
and then
impressive, wasn't
hard
it?
making out at the after parties too. Like she was going full high school drama.
She
right
has
there.
a good time. God bless her, man.
Hey,
She lives the life.
You can't blame her.
No.
All right, jumping into what you're talking about. A private Florida Christian school has expelled 2 students after mom refused to take a bumper sticker promoting her OnlyFans off the back of her car. Now, we're talking about just a bumper sticker. It's the back of the whole window. Michelle Klein, she was barred from the pickup line, which is interesting, at the Liberty Christian after a complaint was made about that decal. The school board said it started to become a distraction, asked Klein to please remove it. She refused. The administrators then determined Michelle was in a violation of policy regarding decency. Klein told reporters she rakes in about $20,000 a month from her subscribers. The school said it would consider allowing Klein to re-enroll her children in the future if she removed that decal and hit the pause button on her OnlyFans site. She and her husband have now decided to homeschool their kids and plan to move to a whole another neighborhood. So she had said, all right. She listened to him. She said, I'll start picking up my kids across the street. I won't go through there. I won't come on. And then they said, well, it's still even that much more of a distraction.
Yeah, well, it's already making news headlines. It's
Yeah.
already a distraction. That school's done more for her OnlyFans career.
I'm certain of it.
I mean,
Yes.
clearly she's
Every
gotten
dad
so
there
much
has an account.
publicity, so much press from, this whole school pickup line controversy. I didn't realize it wasn't just a bumper sticker, but it was the whole
It was
back,
whole back
window.
window. So
Both
it
of
was
their cars.
Yeah, and there's no way you couldn't see it.
Yeah.
Both of their vehicles, as Matt had just said. So.
And let's just say this: kids are not dumb when it comes to this kind of stuff. So it's not like you're hiding it from them. But yes, it did become a huge distraction at the school.
And it being a private school, they're allowed to do
those
sort of rules. And I would imagine she knew that going into it, but she decided a different route of how she's going to handle it. And again, I think you hit the nail on the head. A lot of promotion for it. I'm sure that 20,000 will be even higher.
It worked out well for her.
It worked out well.
Yes. Well, a toilet paper company is offering consumers the chance to turn old love letters from their exes into recycled bathroom tissue.
What?
The company called Who Gives a Crap is calling it their Flush Your Ex program. Here are the details from their website. Mail us those leftover love letters taking up psychic space in your sock drawer, and we'll deliver them to our production facilities when we then magically transform their BS into TP. Because nothing says closure like knowing that someone somewhere is putting those sweet nothings exactly where they belong. Your ex love letter donations can be sent to their outlets in the U.S., Australia, and Britain through the end of February.
Now, my wife is all about the environment, and she buys Who Gives a Crap toilet paper.
Oh, does she?
And much like Harry and David, when you get those pairs, there's like 12 pairs, and one of them is golden.
Yeah.
Okay, well, they do that with the red one. So they do, and that's when you get to that one, you know that, well,
you got to reorder.
You have to order more. But what's cool about that is that you can mail the box and the paper and the do-to-do, what's it called? The little roll inside it.
Yeah, the cardboard.
I call them do-to-dos because they're
do-to-do. The cardboard.
The cardboard, and you can mail all those back, and they recycle them, and so it is perpetual. And I love the name. First off,
it's very catchy.
Yeah, and it's like, well, we give a crap about the environment, so I think that's interesting.
Yeah.
We have that. So good for them, and why not? More paper, more love letters, especially for Valentine's Day. I love it. It's good stuff. A passenger on board of an Indian airliner claims he was actually trapped inside the plane's bathroom for the duration of the flight. The unnamed 37-year-old software tech said he spent nearly 2 hours stuck in the budget airliner's commode in a SpiceJet flight from Mumbai. Video shows it's like Uncle Tom with him and staying in the bathroom for 2 hours. Anyway, it shows him on the video kind of just trying to open up the door while sitting inside that cramped bathroom. The handle is seen moving as a crew member tries to open it up from the outside. Man said that SpiceJet offered him $60 for his troubles, but he turned it down and flushed it. And he instead said, I'm going to file a lawsuit. The cabin crew tried to calm him down by slipping him a note. That's awesome. The passenger claims he was hurt and he received no assistance when he was landed. How was he hurt?
How was he hurt, exactly?
Unless it was a rough landing.
Well, maybe his pride was hurt.
I think something was, yeah.
His ego was hurt, maybe.
Yeah, and I would be the guy that have to go in right after him, too.
Yeah.
I'm always that guy. So keep that in mind. There's been a warrant issued for a Colorado man accused of stealing underwear for the past 3 years.
Oh, boy.
The suspect has been identified as Hugo Salazar Hernandez.
Okay.
There he is.
Not the Hugo we know.
Not the Hugo we've grown
looks
to
like
love,
it.
our executive producer. He's accused of stealing women's lingerie from more than 30 victims of all different ages. Cops say that the search warrant at his home led to the discovery of more than 500 items of evidence that belonged to victims ages from 6 to 69 years old.
Come on now.
Yeah. Investigators say the cost of the stolen undergarments about $30,000. Wow. They also are asking for the public's help in finding Hernandez as soon as possible before he pops up as well. And this is when you hey, go out and buy some first off,
Go to Japan. You can get it out of a vending machine.
Vending machine in Japan, right.
Well, here's what's creepy. Do you guys ever follow the Golden State Killer story?
I know about it, but I
He
didn't really
started out as a thief.
one of these guys?
Yeah, as one of these guys.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Okay, now you can see why they
Now
would
you can
want
see
to.
why it's important for them to find him and get him off the street. I mean, I'm not saying that that's what it could turn into, but I mean, clearly, if he's going into people's homes and breaking into them, it could possibly
Just go to
lead
a
other
laundromat,
things.
dude. That's where you're stealing from. That's where I get mine.
You can order that stuff off of
And you
Amazon,
can order,
can't you?
right.
Well, some people may think they have the best job ever. However, if you can call yourself a panda cuddler, you're way ahead of the competition. Yes, it's an actual job. Panda cuddler is the title. Imagine spending your day with an animal that does nothing but eat, sleep, and play. It can also rip you to shreds.
Yeah.
So there is some risk involved. Panda cuddlers can make around $32,000 a year to spend their days hugging and playing with the pandas. The hours may seem long and the lack of days off may cause some fatigue. You will also have to move. Anyone interested in becoming a panda cuddler must relocate to China full time.
And we know why, because that's where all the pandas are.
took them all
matter of fact,
home.
all the pandas in the United States are from
China.
I know the one in San Diego Zoo was the case for sure. Not a bad idea. I mean, especially if you just want to play with a cuddly little tiny one, but once they get big, I'd be a little afraid.
Exactly.
And there's so few of them on the earth, too. So.
Did you ever go to the Washington D.C. Zoo when
I've
they
not,
were there?
no, I've not, no.
My gosh, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did they?
And I believe they bred in captivity, if I'm not
Oh, I
wrong. There's
think
two
you're
at the D.C. Zoo, and then they ended up sending them back to China with their offspring.
They always have those cool names they give them.
Yeah, they do.
Zuzu,
Bing, bing.
Bing Ming, and that sort of thing, right? Well, we will be right back. If you go anywhere, well, we'll want you to come back so we can cuddle you. Hey, welcome back to Daily Flash, Mitch English, and we're ready to actually celebrate. Why not? This past weekend actually marked the Chinese New Year with celebrations in China and, of course, all around the world. It's the year of the wood dragon. And here to help us understand what this all means is Feng Shui master Dame Marie Diamond. Hi there. Do I call you Dame Marie or Dame Diamond? What's the best way I address you?
Oh, just call me Marie. I'm very honored with being here on the show.
Okay, and how does one? Because this. Excuse my ignorance, but you're an actual dame. What is a dame? How do you get that title?
Well, you get knighted for your level of charity work. Nice. So this is a title I received for that.
I love that. All right, Marie. So tell us first off, the year of the wood dragon. What does that mean actually for us both? Let's say on a global or even just all the way down to a personal scale.
Yeah, so every year we are dedicating to a Chinese astrology sign. This year is the dragon year. Okay. And the wooden dragon is actually every 60 years. People that are 60 just came back in their own natural year of the wooden dragon. The dragon is all about passion and purpose. So this year, a lot of people will feel that they really want to follow their passion. They want to live on purpose, but also globally, it really means that there will be a lot of focus on creativity, on invention, on leadership, and on positive ethics. And so the dragon is like the year in Asia that everybody wants to have a dragon child because they're so intelligent, so creative and inventive. So that is actually the focus that we want to have this year. And there will also be a return of the power of women this year. Okay. So the women in leadership will become more stronger. So that is really good for you ladies out there. And also we see that there will be a return on taking care of the planet because the dragon is an earth element. And so the wood is also the forest. So we will start retaking focus and taking good care of our forests this year. So it's a very uplifting year. So a lot of people are a little bit afraid of the dragon because it's such a big being, but it's a mythical animal, of course, but it actually says that everything can be positive this year. So it's a year focusing on abundance, on wealth, on having good family values. So all that is part of it. So what can you do yourself to activate that? Well, there are a few colors that really work very well for the wooden dragon here. One of them is deep red, like I'm wearing today, and also wearing gold and emerald. But you can already start this year just by looking at your home again, because Feng Shui is all about the energy of your home, and start decluttering, making sure you are taking care of everything that is broken, repair everything. So, and also make sure that you focus a bit more on being together with the family and take some more family travels together. That would be very optimum for you.
You were talking about the home, making sure everything is in order, cleaning, that sort of thing, which goes under Feng Shui. And you're, as we mentioned, you're a Feng Shui master. What is Feng Shui? And actually, how do we use it to our advantage?
So Feng Shui is an energy system for the environment. So I would say you can compare it like if you would go to an acupuncturist, they will take care of the energy flow of your body. Well, Feng Shui is taking care of the energy flow of your home. So Feng Shui really means wind and water. So it's all about how the energy flows through your house. Now, everybody knows you go to a certain place and you feel like, hey, I have such a good vibe here.
Right.
And there are other places you try to avoid because you feel like something is off. Well, Feng Shui is really the energy system to make sure that the places that are off feels much more amazing by using colors, by using certain images, by certain elements that you're using like water or earth or wood. So we're placing certain things like in an acupuncture way, but around our house.
Okay, and it actually makes you feel like everything is in order because, well, technically, I mean, it is in order because that's where the feng shui comes in. It's interesting. Is there anything that we should actually be avoiding this time of year?
This time of year, one of the things that I always say to people in the beginning of the dragon year, avoid creating debt. You know, making sure you repay your debt as much as you can, and also do positive investments, investments that are good for yourself. That means you're taking care of yourself, go to that extra massage or the spa. So, but also what you need to avoid is really right now is getting things that are not in order to kind of procrastinate into that.
right.
So avoid procrastination. That is a really major thing.
There's so much more information you get, and if you'd like, here's how you can get a hold of Marie, of course, all over the Instagram, Facebook as well. Check it all out here, and of course, you can just check out mariediamond.com. You can follow her on social media. Just look for Marie Diamond Official. And wearing that nice red this time of year is Matt.
You like this?
I do.
Thanks, Mitch. Well, you know, have you ever had any library books or anything from there you haven't returned in a while?
It's been a while since I've been to a library, I'm going to be honest with you.
Well, guess what? There's this. A Pennsylvania library said a book returned to the facility after being spotted at a book sale was nearly 120 years overdue.
Wow.
The Carbondale Public Library said in a Facebook post that the book The Cruise of the Esmeralda by Harry Collingwood was returned by personnel from the Hawley Library who spotted the tome at a book sale. The book still bears a pocket inside the cover listing the library's rules and contains a library card issued to Horace Short in 1904, who I don't think is around. The library said the book was checked out for 43,641 days, which would have accrued a fine of $872.82 at the time. Now that'd be about 10 grand. So close to 11. So I mean, that's, you know, they rack up the fees, but they said, we don't charge anything over $10 now.
So he lucked out.
Yeah, you like that.
That's a huge
They're
thing.
not going to come after as a state.
I think the last time I had to pay something would be like at Blockbuster.
Yeah.
That's something that late.
I luckily still have one of those.
I'm sure. Well, don't worry about it.
I think they're
You
great.
have nowhere to take it back to, right?
Exactly.
Think about that. Where you can take back is, well, right after this commercial. We're going to be waiting for you. No doubt about it. Stick around. We got more Daily Flash coming up right after this.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. I'm Andrea Jackson along with Mitch English.
Hey, how important is it for you to own an American-made car? Well, in today's Car Smarts, Lauren Fix, the car coach, tells us the ins and outs of buying American-made vehicles.
How American is your car? Many Americans consider where products are being made in hopes that their purchase will contribute to the U.S. economy. Well, that might seem easy enough with a t-shirt or a few items, but it gets a little bit more complicated when you're talking about the wheels that are in your driveway. Are you willing to pay more for a vehicle if it's built in the U.S. and creates jobs? Well, around 70% of car shoppers say yes and are willing to pay up to 30% more. Now, here is the 2023 Cars.com American Made Index to celebrate Independence Day. Vehicles built and bought in the U.S. for 2023 model year were weighted in 5 different factors or categories on a 100-point scale by country of origin for engines, transmissions, U.S. manufacturing workforce, location of final assembly, and percentage of U.S. and Canadian parts. For 2023, the top 10 domestic manufacturers are number 10, Hyundai Motor Company at 40.2%. Number 9, Mercedes-Benz at 41.5%. 8, Toyota Motor Company at 48.9%. 7, Renault, Nissan, Mitsubishi at 49.1%. Number 6, General Motors, 54%. Number 5, Subaru at 58.5%. Number 4, Stellantis at 70.1%. Number 3, Honda at 73.1%. Number 2, Ford Motor Company, 77.5%. And number 1, yes, it's Tesla at 100% built in the US. So what cars made the list? Well, number 1 should not surprise you, the Tesla Model Y, built in Austin, Texas. Number 2, the Tesla Model 3 in Fremont, California. Number 3, the Tesla Model X in Fremont, California. Number 4, the Tesla Model S in Fremont, California. Now let's get to the non-Tesla products. Number 5, the Honda Passport in Lincoln, Alabama. Number 6, the Volkswagen ID4, their new EV, in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Number 7, the Honda Odyssey in Lincoln, Alabama. Number 8, the Acura MDX in East Liberty and Marysville, Ohio. Number 9, the Honda Ridgeline in Lincoln, Alabama. And number 10, the Acura RDX in East Liberty, Ohio. Here are some of the final facts that will definitely interest you. That General Motors makes up to 18% of the index, Toyota makes up to 11% of the index, and southern states are seeing more growth with domestic and foreign automakers making investments in those states to move or increase the number of plants in those areas. What about the leased American cars? BMWs are mostly imported except for its SUV lineup, which is produced in South Carolina, not including the X1 and the X2. The Dodge Challenger, Dodge Charger, and the Lincoln Nautilus are made in Canada. The Buick Envision is made in China. The Ford Maverick and Ford Bronco Sport and Ram 1500 Classic are built in Mexico, and the Buick Encore GX and the Genesis GV70 are built in South Korea. 47% of all vehicles sold in the U.S. are imported. I'm Lauren Fix, and you can find this information on my website, carcoachreports.com and dailyflashshow.com.
Alrighty, let's jump into your daily digits today with the first one being 97. Taylor Swift's cat, yes, her cat, named Olivia Benson after the main character from Law & Order Special Victims Unit, is worth an estimated $97 million. According to Rolling Stone, using Instagram data, they compiled the value of a post from Taylor and how many times the cat has been a part of it and in one of her music videos. The Scottish fold has earned her fortune, starring alongside her human in several music videos, has crafted a merchandise line, and has had cameos in many big budget ads. So I would just like to say I'm perfectly happy renting out my cat Bizkit the Kiki for any upcoming projects. So your next number today is 224,000, but it's not a record I think The Rock was looking for. The Rock made his return to the WWE over the past couple of months, but the way he did it may have rubbed the WWE universe the wrong way. Yes, this is a lot of wrestling nerd stuff. The video of The Rock returning and confronting his cousin, Roman Reigns, and current WWE champion for over 1,300 days, and it's setting up what looks like an epic battle at WrestleMania in Philly in April. The problem is, it appears he made the winner of the Royal Rumble, Cody Rhodes, step aside from the main spot at the greatest spectacle of them all, which upsets all of us wrestling nerds. The video is the most disliked in the history of the WWE's YouTube page and has well over 224,000 thumbs down. With The Rock being a part owner now and following the days after former CEO Vince McMahon came out, so I'm guessing Rocky didn't want those stock prices to drop, plus he's got to make up for Black Adam. And your last number today is 1,000. In the beautiful city of Las Vegas, you could be fined $1,000 for violating a new ordinance that prohibits standing or stopping on pedestrian bridges on the Vegas Strip and the surrounding stairs, elevators, and escalators. Of course, it's a controversy because a lot of the street performers, this is how they make their money, but they're trying to clean it up. Believe me, I was in Vegas a couple weeks ago. It could use a good cleanup. All right, send me your digits, matt@dailyflashshow.com, or just check us out, dailyflashshow.com.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hi, everybody. I am Mitch English.
I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash, your source for trending news and entertainment.
Okay, Jackson, I know that you went to high school in Colorado, but
Yes.
your senior year got a nice experience.
I did. I was a foreign exchange student, so I lived in England for my last year of high school.
That is so neat. In Colorado here, do you ever think, everybody's playing this pickleball now?
Oh, yeah, the pickleball.
That two students at Thunder Ridge High School in Colorado got not full rides, but scholarships to play pickleball at Winthrop University.
No way.
And they're saying that kids are getting involved in this more and more and more about the pickleball. Generally we think like older people are doing it, but now there's scholarships and there's universities that have, well, pickleball teams.
Well, and there's leagues now.
And leagues,
in fact, Tom Brady is an investor in one of those pickleball leagues. I was like, what is happening?
I think, look, what's the next big thing?
Yes.
Everybody's doing this. I know there's restaurants that will have pickleball courts everywhere, how they do everything. I think it's neat to get a D1 scholarship for something playing pickleball. So, maybe your younger kids, why not start learning it? Who knows? I mean, it'd be a great way to get a scholarship because of the fact that not a lot of kids are playing, so they're looking to give away scholarships for you to be able to do that.
Look, if it gets you out of the house and it gets you moving and exercising, I say go for it.
But did you hear they're getting more and more injuries are coming in? Yeah, because older people like me, I want to start learning how to play, and not a good idea.
And it's like ping pong meets tennis, really. When you look at a giant paddle and a bouncy plastic ball. Anyway.
I love it.
Well, a private Florida Christian school has expelled 2 students after their mom refused to take a large decal promoting her OnlyFans page off the back window of her car. Michelle Klein was barred from the pickup line at Liberty Christian after a complaint was made about the decal. The school board said it started to become a distraction and asked Klein to remove it. Well, she refused. The administrators then determined Michelle was in violation of a policy regarding decency. Klein told reporters she rakes in about 20 grand a month from her subscribers. The school said it would consider allowing Klein to re-enroll her children in the future if she removed the decal and hit the pause button on her OnlyFans activity. She and her husband have now decided to homeschool their kids and plan to move to another neighborhood.
And going into it, she knew she was going to have some kind of controversy behind of it. She listened to him. She said, all right, when I pick my kids up, I won't get on the property. They'll come across the street. And then eventually, I guess she's saying, all right, you know what, I'm going to take the kids out altogether and homeschool them and that sort of thing. Or they got expelled at least and made that decision for her. But, you have to understand, I mean, if it's a private school, they can make any rule that they want. But also, too, you can imagine it's going to get out when you're putting it on the back of your windshield.
Well, it's a private Christian school. And let's face it, kids are very smart. They're not dumb to these sorts of things, right? It's not like they don't know what OnlyFans is. And when it becomes a distraction, it's taking away from the learning environment. And especially if your kids are involved, like, are the kids subject to being bullied at school because they know the mom has got an OnlyFans account? I mean, to me as a parent, wouldn't you want to just make sure that if you do that, it's kind of discreet?
Yes. And that's not her real name that she uses for it, but even still, when you're advertising on the back of the car, people are going to kind of, all the dads are going to investigate.
Of course they are. They want to know what all the fuss is about.
I did a lot of research. Great website. I mean, it's wonderful.
Media tours here in town because this is an old.
It's Orlando.
Yes.
And I think that was part of why the school got upset is that she went to every news station in town, and she's promoting it even more.
Yeah.
She came out a winner with it because the controversy. Unfortunately, in some cases, controversy gives more promotion to it, and you know what it is when you go there, so you go that.
So it's done well for her to get all this attention and to get her kids expelled from school. But how good is it for the kids?
Yeah, and especially with it's still going to be on the back of her car.
Wasn't her thing like cutting guys' hair naked or something?
Yeah, that's how she
something like
radio
that.
Station she was doing that.
Oh, okay.
All right, a toilet paper company offering consumers a chance to turn old love letters from their exes into recycled bathroom tissue. The company, it's called Who Gives a Crap, is calling their Flush Your Ex program. Here's the deets. All right, you just mail those love letters, taking up your psychic space in your sock drawer, and we'll deliver them into our production facilities. This is what this company does too. Is that when you actually order it, it comes in the mail, and they encourage you to mail it back so they can recycle, not used, of course,
the cardboard tubes.
Cardboard tubes, thing,
Yeah.
and the papers that they're wrapped in, and they'll recycle them. And they're very conscious about this. And they're worldwide, and I love the name. Who gives a crap? And hey, it's a great
A++.
A++, great idea. More Flash coming up after this.
It's easy to forget the impact a simple gesture can make in our daily lives. This is why National Random Acts of Kindness Day is being celebrated to encourage everyone to spread kindness. Here's Next Door's Katie Kobe with more.
Giving recognition to someone is also another really easy way to show kindness. We have a new feature. It's called Thank a Neighbor. When you are creating a post on Nextdoor, you'll see a button for it that says Thank a Neighbor. And when you use that feature, what it does is that allows you to acknowledge folks. You can share their name, give them a message of appreciation and gratitude, and then when you publish that acknowledgement, it will get posted in the Nextdoor feed for all other neighbors in the area to see and to comment on. It's a really, again, free and easy way to spread some kindness. It's also something you can do while you're drinking your morning coffee. For more information, visit nextdoor.com. You can also find our app in the app stores or the Google Play Store. Just search for Nextdoor in the search bar and you'll find us. We're free to download, free to use.
Hey, yes, here we are. We're in February. Are you still focused on meeting your fitness goals? We got Teddy Savage from Planet Fitness to ramp up your exercise routine. Hey there, Teddy.
Thanks for having me. Are you finding it hard to get into a fitness mindset, or are you feeling like the New Year's resolution season ended in January? Well, here's the thing. I'm here to tell you that now is the perfect time, whether you're just getting jump-started into your routine or you're getting reconnected into your fitness journey. And we're all kind of guilty of pushing exercise down on our list of priorities, whether it be because we were lacking the energy or because gym memberships are a little bit too expensive. Well, Planet Fitness is here to offer an affordable option that will allow you to break a sweat without having to break the bank. And with over 2,500 plus locations, there's bound to be one close by, making fitness more convenient now than it ever has been before. And I'm a certified trainer, so I've got a couple of tips to get anybody started. First things first, start small. Get rid of that whole go hard or go home mentality. Just 10 to 12 minutes every other day can have profound benefits, and you can progress from there. Next, don't worry about what anybody else says. Starting a fitness journey can be intimidating, but it doesn't have to be. You want to go into an environment that's non-intimidating, where you belong no matter your fitness level, and it's right here in Planet Fitness's judgment-free zone. And then lastly, and most importantly, make fitness fun. Shake outside the boundaries, color outside the lines, and make it a choice rather than a chore. So I want you to join me right here at Planet Fitness for a high-quality gym experience that has all of the equipment you need, free fitness classes, and access to the Black Card Spa area that allows you to have hydro massage beds, massage chairs, and you can bring a friend with you as many times as you would like. New members can join right now for just $1 down and no commitment until February the 16th. I can't wait for you to come on in and make 2024 your time to shine. For more information, go to planetfitness.com.
Here's the latest medical information for those of you who suffer with certain heart conditions.
The FDA approved a novel implanted defibrillator system from Medtronic.
Patients at risk for dangerously fast heart rhythms typically receive an implanted defibrillator placed below the collarbone with thin wires threaded through the veins and into the heart. Medtronic's first-of-its-kind Aurora EV-ICD system takes the wire out of the veins and heart and places it under the sternum, helping avoid certain complications.
Learn more at medtronic.com/EVICD.
I have to tell you this story. I went to a funeral this past weekend. My best friend's mother died. She had Alzheimer's, and it was the best kind of funeral altogether. It was just everybody was in a good mood, you know, and just kind of honoring her. But my best friend was telling a story about when she first started getting the symptoms of it. She came down, and they went to get something to eat, and she sat down in front of him. She goes, "Well, tell me about your parents." You know, and that's his mom. Yeah. And he goes, "Well, she's a great person, yada, yada, yada." And he's going on, and he goes, "And matter of fact, I can guarantee you saw my dad naked this morning." And she looked at him and she goes, "Am I your mom?" And he goes, "You are." And he got to tell her how great this person was. It was really, really cool.
Celebration.
So, great woman. Welcome back to Daily Flash. You know, while dating apps and social media platforms may be good ways for people to meet new people, users actually need to be cautious of those who actually turn a growing online romance into an opportunity to solicit an investment or even ask you to borrow money. So joining us now is Claire McHenry with some advice to help people stay safe when searching for romance online. Claire, thanks for joining us. First off, what are these romance scams and where can folks go if they want more info?
So a romance scam is when someone uses the promise of a romantic relationship in order to build trust. And once they've created that trust, they'll start to ask for money or for you to invest in something. It can start out small, but it can grow pretty big over time. And we know that this is a big problem because the Federal Trade Commission reported that consumers lost $3.8 billion in investment-related scams in just 2022.
Wow. If folks need more information on this, where do you want them to go? Because this obviously is a growing concern.
There's a lot more information on investment scams and romance scams at nasa.org. That's NASAA.org.
All right, Claire, well, I can tell you, I'm actually glad I'm out of this game because dating and then romance, you want to help another person. You can see how this could actually be a huge growing problem. Thank you so much for joining us. And we'll have this interview on our website, as well as a link to the get more information, which is nasaa.org.
A free website to help plan for elder care will launch this month. Fair Health has the support of the John A. Hartford Foundation to help older adult caregivers plan for their older loved ones. Here's more.
Fair Health is a national, independent nonprofit dedicated to healthcare transparency and maintains the country's largest private healthcare claims database. Using our data, we provide fair, objective information to all healthcare stakeholders, including consumers, and we've launched a free online resource called fairhealtholderadults.org. It's designed to help older patients and caregivers navigate the healthcare system and make informed healthcare decisions, or as we like to say, healthy decisions for healthy aging. And we really thank the John A. Hartford Foundation for their generous support of this initiative. Fairhealtholderadults.org offers actionable, user-friendly tools like our shared decision-making tools and total treatment costs, educational content, and resources to help older patients and their family caregivers and care partners understand, plan for, and manage their healthcare costs and make informed healthcare decisions. The site also offers printable checklists that you could take with you to doctor's appointments. They list helpful questions to think about and ask. You can use the site in a few different ways wherever you are in your healthcare journey. You can plan for and manage the costs of care for a new or existing diagnosis or condition, better understand the costs of care related to certain treatment options for different conditions like hip osteoarthritis, type 2 diabetes, and certain types of prostate cancers, prepare for a doctor's appointment, and with our educational insurance basics articles, learn more about healthcare and get answers to important questions. Visit fairhealtholderadults.org to use our free tools and resources to make those healthy decisions.
The ancient city of Alula features prominently in the cultural heritage of Saudi Arabia with more than 200,000 years of history. Alula is home to the kingdom's first UNESCO heritage site, and it's now the focus of a new eye care campaign. Here's more.
In a landmark collaboration, the Royal Commission for Alula has joined forces with renowned American artist David Popper for the inaugural phase of their campaign. Together, they've crafted a unique masterpiece around the most prominent tomb at Hegra.
The main purpose of the installation is really to highlight the incredible and beautiful heritage of Alula. And so we decided to use the symbolic visuals of hands holding and caring for and protecting this incredible World Heritage Site.
Famous for his sustainable approach and innovative techniques, Popper uses exclusively natural elements, including yellow earth from Europe and red earth from the Middle East, creating his largest and most ambitious project to date.
So the inspiration behind this work is we wanting these sleeves to sort of almost as if they're emanating from the desert leading into the site, which symbolize not only the presence of individuals now, but even the past.
Designed to disintegrate in a matter of weeks, Popper's artwork highlights the pressing need for collective action to safeguard cultural heritage locations in Alula, Saudi Arabia, and the wider world.
With every new year comes the onslaught of new tech. Here to keep us informed and decipher some of the latest trends is Tech It Out host Mark Saltzman.
There's a lot of awesome tech for 2024 to get excited about. So why don't we start off with a pair of accessories for the red-hot PlayStation 5. Let's start off with the Pulse Elite wireless headset for PS5 that sounds as good as it looks. Yes, this futuristic design is amazing, but more importantly, it has planar magnetic drivers normally found in high-end audio headsets for professional sound engineers. Designed not just for PS5, but also works with smartphones, PCs and Macs, and other Bluetooth devices, the Pulse Elite Wireless will help players get immersed with games like the upcoming Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. The charger hanger is included in the box with the headphones, $149, available February 21st. Another great accessory for PS5 is the WD Black SN850P. This is an NVMe solid-state drive for inside your PS5 that lets you add more games and other content with worry-free installation. After all, with games getting much bigger, this WD Black drive is perfect as it holds up to 4 terabytes to store up to 100 games. Prices start at $119 for 1 terabyte and goes up from there. WD Black, of course, is Western Digital's premier gaming brand with both internal and external storage for all consoles. All right, next up, an awesome PC for the year that made its debut at last month's Consumer Electronics Show, the Acer Swift Go 14 laptop. And this is an AI PC powered by the new Intel Core Ultra processor that delivers premium AI-enhanced performance on the laptop itself, instead of relying heavily on the internet. This thin and light 14-inch laptop has a high-definition touch display, a high-end webcam with 3 microphones for awesome video calls, a large touchpad with media controls, and other bells and whistles. It starts at only $749 as well, so it's powerful, portable, and affordable. Available at Costco, but you can learn more about the Swift Go 14 at acer.com. Finally, a pair of vehicles coming soon. This is pretty wild, coming down the road, beginning with the Honda Zero EV concept cars, the Saloon and Space Hub. In 2026, Honda will introduce the first model of its Zero series based on the Saloon concept in North America. Made with sustainable materials, this flagship model boasts a futuristic design, a revamped H emblem, and AI-enhanced performance, but putting the human ahead of the machine. Also here, the Honda Space Hub. This might be best described as your living room on wheels, offering flexibility for every lifestyle. And finally, how about a flying air taxi coming to the friendly skies as early as 2028? Supernal, which is Hyundai's advanced air mobility company, recently unveiled the SA2. This vehicle is an eVTOL, so an electric vertical takeoff and landing concept. It's a pilot plus 4 passenger vehicle designed to cruise 120 miles per hour at 1,500 feet and as quietly as a dishwasher. So it's designed to be safe, silent, and sustainable, coming down the road, or rather above it. Well, there you're having a look at some great tech for 2024 and beyond.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Daily Flash. Mitch and Andrea hanging out with you.
Time for our must-watch movies, and this one, it's based on the book Capote's Women. This series tells the story of how author Truman Capote befriended some high society women and then betrayed them for a story. This is FX's feud, Capote versus the Swans.
We made New York the capital of the world, the center of everything. Sex, money, and endless adventure.
Hello, ladies. Mind if I sit down?
Oh, I wish you could, but we're being joined in just a second.
Better now that we're through. We see the importance of presentation. Underneath, though, it's an act. Truman.
Tell me everything.
Here's the fact. Even your sister will steal your man.
I don't know what matters more to him, the sex or me knowing about it.
Wait, go back. We're talking the governor's wildebeest wife, that fat-ankled harridan.
Yes! You're no good, you're no good.
Only you can show us these women, Truman, how they really are.
You're looking awfully weathered and fat.
Too much perfume for a woman with her face.
I don't even care about the money, it's the sex.
Truman, these are people's deepest secrets.
For God's sake, won't you shut up?
Why would you want to hurt them? You cannot splay these things out.
Your story cast its spell and took away everything I had.
You're no good, you're no good. What did I do to deserve your contempt?
He'll be cut off from all high society, and that will kill him.
Is this what you wanted? To be banished?
He'll try and slither back. He's insidious.
Get out! You're telling people that I murdered my husband?
Bang, bang!
You piece of...
This is what a writer does. It's bloody and sharp and real.
We stand united, and we destroy him. Oh, I'm in, honey.
Baby, you're no good.
Talk about an all-star cast.
This is so cool.
It's so good.
I love these. And Treat Williams is in it too.
Yeah,
Late
rest
Treat
in
Williams.
peace.
That does it for our show. Y'all take care. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye, everybody. Be good.